Today I'm talking with Steve Toloken about the Biden administration's surprising goals around bio-based plastics. Welcome to Material Insights. I'm Plastics News editor Don Lepp. Steve, let's start out by talking a little bit about what the Biden administration announced this week.
Sure, Don. So the Biden administration announced on March 22nd that as part of a policy around the bioeconomy and biomanufacturing, they had a target, a goal, an undefined goal of replacing 90% of traditional fossil fuel-based plastics with bio-based plastics in a 20-year time frame.
Which seems awfully ambitious, although the 20-year time frame means it's going to happen. It's a long time down the road, so it's not a 5-year time frame. One of the things that we did this week, you and Frank Esposito both talked with industry people for their reaction to the news. Tell us a little bit about, maybe start off with like the traditional analysts who follow conventional plastics. What did they have to say about this?
Sure. A lot of the analysts that followed conventional plastics talked about how challenging it would be even in that 20-year time frame. One of them described it as pure fantasy to think that over 20 years you're going to be able to accomplish this. The analysts talked about a number of challenges that you have to overcome in addition to the massive investments you're going to need to do something like this. They talked about the need for federal incentives, federal policies to help incentivize some of these transitions if the Biden administration wants to follow through and really push those things.
They're really looking at it and saying, like, there is a bioplastics sector of the industry right now, but it's very small. So to get to some position where it's really significant is just going to take huge changes.
Yeah, and the bioplastics sector acknowledges some of those same points. They say, of course, this is very much a stretch goal and it's extremely challenging. Those are the words that were being used. But they really welcomed the announcement because they're saying that this is the first time they feel that at the highest level of the U.S. government, you've seen a specific statement about needing to transition from petrochemical fossil-based plastics into technologies that are more renewable, have opportunities for lower carbon footprints and things like that. So there's actually a lot of excitement among those companies about this announcement, as you would expect, even though everyone acknowledges the challenges. They do as well.
And so obviously this was a big shock. People were not expecting the news this week, although the Biden administration has been talking about this for a while. And they first came up last fall and sort of telegraphed that they were considering something, right?
Yeah, there was an executive order in September that didn't have this amount of detail. I think probably the 90% figure caught people a little bit by surprise. And the implementation details of this figure are very much to be determined. The administration came out with a report that said in coming months, the White House office that produced this report, the Office of Science and Technology Policy, will really try to flesh out the roadmap for this effort. I think the administration acknowledges that in the title of the report, they call it bold goals for the bioeconomy. So they acknowledge, I think, even in the title of their report, that this is, these are very much stretch targets.
Okay, well, that's great. Thanks very much for your insight, Steve. Continue to watch Plastics News for more details on this. And thanks for watching Material Insights.